Hello everyone. I'm going to work with some mixed media today, and I'm going to do a Valentine's scene for the Valentines Collaboration with International Crafters United and Tracy from Mini Scenes GB. Let me put these aside and we'll go through that later. But the first thing I have to do is put this tree together. Now I used this mold from Temu. It's a fondant mold. And I thought possibly that these branches would fit together, but they don't. And I also used this mocha from Resin. Now, I had to cut pieces and try to put this tree together for my liking. And before I get started with everything else, I'm going to glue these pieces together with my B7000. So stay with me, and I'll be right back. Hello everyone, this is Billie. Welcome to Billie Holman Creations. Well, I was able to put the tree together, and I just used the B7000, and that turned out really nice. And I'm going to be using this heart from Dollar Tree. Now, I've just painted a white layer of gesso on the front. I don't think I'll worry about the back side, but I need to do grass and the sky. So I'm not much for scenery painting. I'm not quite sure about it. I'm going to guesstimate, and we'll just start with the sky. I'm going to come up a little higher than this line for the green, but this is my old apple barrel glossy white, and I'm just going to get some in my palette there. And I'm also going to go with a very light blue. I'm not sure which one to go, but I think I'll start with the lighter one, and we might do some blending. So I'll get some, that's really watery. Very watery paint. My paints have sat for quite a while. There we go. Shake it up a little bit. And then this is a darker blue. Ocean Cruise, Folk Art. Now this one, I don't know if there's anything really in here. I might have to take let me get a popsicle stick and stir this around. It's settled. It has settled to the bottom. It's lumpy. Whoops. But we can work around the lumps. Sometimes if you break them down, you're still good to go. Oh, let me just garbage that. We'll just pour a little in here. We'll get a little darker as we go up. That's a little darker. They're going to blend. Get this off of here. I had it all over my fingers before we even get started. Par for the course. Okay, I'm going to start a little white. I do need a paper towel though here. Let's just start. I have a mark here. I didn't want to cover that up because I have a plan. So we'll make a scene on this heart. Okay, I'm going to let this dry, and then we'll go on to the next step. I'll be right back. I found a few more fondant molds that I'm just going to put some air dry clay in and have some pieces to possibly use in our scene. Now this is Sculpey air dry modeling clay, and I just grabbed a bit here. I discovered I can color it. Did I show you the hearts? Let me show you what I did prior to getting ready for this video. I took some of this air dry clay and I made a bunch. Oh, hello Annie, excuse me. I made a bunch of little hearts, and I used the JDiction Resin Creek coloring, the red, and I came up with a lot. Probably won't use them all, but we're going to have hearts in the scene. And these are just air dry clay with a red inside. But I'm just going to leave this white. I want to see what these molds consist of because they're really, really detailed. So I'm just going to show you what I have. Now, of course, these are all Temu, and I swore I'm not shopping there this year. My resolution. So this is a cute fish mold. Look at that. With that, it's got coral and, you know, a plant. And I thought that would look nice as a fern, but it's got the cute little fishes. Really cute fishes. There's goldfish. There's the little Nemu and an angelfish, but I'm just going to use the fern. And then this one has a bird in the middle, but there's some clusters of flowers, and I thought, let's just see what those flowers look like, and we might be able to use those. Now this is a deer fondant mold, but it has what is, you know, seems to be icicles, but I thought I could use that for tufts of grass. If not, the glue gun works really good to make grass. And this is another one, and I really can't make out. There's something in the middle. I don't know if it's a skull or a mushroom, but it's got some nice tiny leaves, and I think the size of these flowers will work out really, really well. So I'm going to go ahead, let's move these, let's try this big one first. Miss Annie is here. I'm losing my lighting in the room, but I'm just going to flatten this out. Just this piece anyway. And see what these flowers look like. So let me just set this on top. And you know, I've just discovered this clay recently. I love it. But if I can maybe stretch it out a little bit. Let's just put it down here. I'll go to the side. And I have a wooden rolling pin. I thought I had one of those clay rolling pins, the heavy-duty hard plastic ones. But I'm just going to roll into these molds. And I did get a tip from Miss Gert. She helped me along the other day. That if you roll it and press it in to where you can see the mold come through, you know, up through the mold itself. I want to get a little more over there. Maybe I can pull some of this off. And hi Annie, do you want to play? Stick that in there. Let's roll this in. But you're right, you're kind of in my way, darling. My little video diva, Miss Annie. She's got a birthday coming. She's going to be 17 this year. My sweet girl. 17 years old. I was just talking to friends about cats earlier today, and I've had 2 live to be 21, and gosh, 2 or 3 live to be 18 and 19. And a vet told me once a cat can actually live 30 years. And I thought, that's a bit extreme, isn't it? And he said, not if they are properly taken care of. And, you know, meaning their shots. And that they're street smart. I found that interesting. Annie, though, she never leaves the yard. I've got 3 males and 2 females. Everyone's fixed, but the girls never leave the yard. They stay pretty close to home. Let's see if I can't break this up a little bit. Get this off of there to where I don't have to do much cleanup. And roll some more to get the... that's going to dry out real quick. I could add water. If it gets a little dry, add a little water. And I should have put powder in here, and I spaced that out. I have some talcum powder here. And cornstarch will work, but I've had this old container of baby powder, and it seems to come out okay. Well, I might have to do some trimming. I can't seem to... There we go. It's coming. Press that in. There we go. Let's go from there and see what happens. Alright. This whole video is pretty much an experiment for me. And I do have one of these blades. Watch out, Annie. See how this works. If I can put your glasses on, Billie, you might be able to see something. Okay, I don't know how this will work. Just kind of skim it across the top without damaging your mold. We'll see, eh? I'm learning along with you. Hopefully I can give you some ideas. You might figure... I don't know if anyone can, but... Oh, look at that sliding right out. Figure out how my brain works sometimes. Well, that holder needs to be glued on there. That little rubber piece. Let's just skim some of this off. I'm probably doing more damage than anything, but it looks so easy when others do it. But it all comes with experience and practice, doesn't it? That's, I think, the only way you're gonna learn hands-on. That's how I was in school. I did not have that photogenic memory to where I could just read a book and remember it, or instructions. I have to go hands-on. Well, that's a bugger, that rubber piece. I'll just get some more. I'll get it. Might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, right? That's okay. We'll get her. Because I do have a plan. Honestly, I do. Okay. Give it one more roll. Look out, sweet girl. And we'll see if I can't get this out. That's the tricky part. And you know, it was funny when I was doing all those hearts, and I had the little heart mold. Where is it? I must have put it up. Tiny little heart fondant mold. So I'm fussing trying to get these little hearts out, and then realized, oh my gosh, I think I have a cutter. I think I have a little cutter for hearts, and sure enough, I did. That went a lot smoother. They were just a little bigger, but Miss Gert said to turn it over and roll your pieces out. But I should have definitely put some powder in here. Yeah, come along. Oh, I see some pieces. Now I'm going to fumble my way through the other molds too, and you don't need to watch me do that. Oh, come on, leaf. There's a pretty little leaf. Oh, Billie. You can do it. I know you can. But sometimes I do things the hard way. Come on out of there. See a bird? All right, we're getting there. I can hold one side down without smashing everything. Oh, those are pretty flowers, aren't they? I missed something. That's all right. Look at those. Those will look nice. This is the bird. Oh, what's that? That's just a gap. All right, I'm going to fuss with this, and I'll try powder on the next one. And I'm going to clean up the edges a little bit. Oh, there's that bird. He's cute, upside down. We don't need him. So, come on, Billie, get these out. I might start over with powder. Let me do that, because I'm failing right here. I'm failing at this. Oh, no, there's a couple more. Can I save them? I don't know. Yes, powder. Need the powder. All right, I'll let you go. I'm going to fuss with this. And when I'm all done, our tree might be dry and we can proceed. So I'll catch you in a little bit. Bye. All right, now, while the flowers are drying, I wanted to show you this tree I've been working on. Now, I've had this stencil that I did get from Temu. It's a bit flimsy, but I thought, oh, I want another tree on this heart. So I flipped it over, and I took this piece of suede, because I happen to have a scrap piece of suede / leather. And I traced it on the suede, and I made it reversed. Here's where I traced it, and it was a bugger to cut all this out. It's not precise, but hey, it's a tree. It took quite a bit of time and a good pair of little scissors. So the plan is to have this tree flipped over on this side of the heart, like somehow. Now, did I stretch it, or I'll have to cut some off? We'll have to see about that. But I wanted this tree on the heart alongside the other tree, which I put over here, and we'll see what that looks like together. So one would be in the forefront and one would be in the back. And I believe I am going to go ahead and put resin over this, at least the back piece, at least this part here. So that's somewhat how it will look, and I think it's going to be really cool. But this, cutting the suede out is pretty fuzzy on the edges. So what I want to do is, I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on the back, because I think if I do, I can trim just a little better and get all those little fray pieces of suede off of there. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I just had a piece of plastic, Miss Annie, or paper, freezer paper. Could I have that? Missy, can I have that? Okay, just walk on by. Oh, I love her. You know I do. But I can't get a lot of things done. Would you please exit the table for a minute? Love you. Okay. Now, where were we? I'm just going to Mod Podge the back of this. And it'll take me a few minutes. Let that dry. And we will get back to the flowers. And I'll show you how they are coming along. Alright? There. This is just my regular Mod Podge. And I'm going to take an old brush. And we'll let that dry. So I'll be back when this step is finished. Okay? See you soon. Well, everyone, I'm ready to put this together, I believe. So let's get started. Here's the leather tree I cut out, and I must say it was a bit of a dandy to cut, but it worked out. It stretched a little bit, but I think I'm okay with that. First thing I do want to do is I want to cut this bottom piece off. Oh, let's just move it around, Billie. I want to just cut this bottom piece off to be a little more even with the ground or the grass. We just take a little sliver off here. And I think I'm going to use some clear Elmer's glue to put this on with. So let me just throw a piece of freezer paper down. I'll trim the side that overhangs. We'll see how that does once I get all this glue on here. It did help to have the Mod Podge and then cut because the frays weren't so bad. But let's see what I can do with this. And hopefully it doesn't dry on me before I get it all down. This is a big jug. Look at that. I'm just going to put a little in this cup. Or a lot. Oh, there we go. And here comes Miss Annie. Hi, my love. But I'm going to be messy here. I don't want you in it, darling. So, no. I just have one of these dollar store brushes here. I'm hoping if it oozes out, I can get it off. And I do have some spray adhesive, but I thought, oh my gosh, that would probably dry before I even get it, it would dry before I can even get it down where I want it. So just a little bit of Elmer's here. I'm not sure if I want to cover this whole piece with resin. I'm steering away from that idea. I think I'd much rather just spray some polyurethane over the top once it's all put together. Do it that way. And I can touch up any of these areas that don't stick. Just give me a little bit of drying time. Time to play before it dries. I did spend quite a bit of time painting the flowers. And the hearts, once I spray them, if I spray them with polyurethane, I think the color will darken up a little bit and give them more of a shine because they're quite flat right now. But I won't worry about that yet. If I have to touch up with some paint, I can. I took more glue than I needed. But let's see. I can't place this. Hope you can see all of this heart, or most of it anyway. Get right down here. I thought about Mod Podging too as glue, but I think this will work a little better. Just getting a little bit on the brush at a time. Try to avoid some gloppy gloops. Okay, now the tricky part is coming up just a little bit right here. Okay, Miss Annie, would you move yourself a little bit? I guess you're okay. Let's just see what happens with that. Just slow that down. Ooh, here we go. I'm going to get glue where I don't want it. I know that. Oh, need another hand, Annie. Where was it? About here? Just move yourself. We can kind of I'm not going to press it just yet. Let's see where we're at. I want to move over a hair. I left the holes in the heart for hanging. I think I'm just going to put a piece of jute down. I think I'm good there. That's going to hang over. Let's just put that there. We'll trim that off. I did get a glob of glue. Let's see. Let's see if I can just... We'll make it shiny anyway. And let's bring this over a little bit. Well, now I'm messing it. Now I've got glue everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but let's just wipe some of that up. Okay, Miss Annie. I love you too. Excuse me. People won't be able to see with you right there, love. Grab my brayer. Let's give it a good... pressing down here. Okay, look out, Mama. Look out, sweet girl. Come on. Come on, come on. It's going to need... All right. Where are we loose? We'll just get a little more glue. What's going to move? This is moving. Oh, I love her so much, but she just has to be right on everything. Honey, you've got to move. Still feels wet. Why isn't it sticking? I didn't need it way over there, did I? I wonder if I should put something hard on there or heavy. Not going to move anywhere else. This limb. That limb. These trees look rather bare, don't they? This one does. I also thought about using tacky glue. That gets kind of messy. So I'll just stick with that. This heart is already warping a little bit because of the gesso. There's a little area here. Let's get some there. That was easier than I thought it would be, actually. Voila. More here. Okay, let's hope that holds. Let's hope that holds. Okay. Now, quit messing with it, Billie, or it won't hold. Maybe once we put the leaves, so-called leaves on, we'll be okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the majority of this. Will I use that glue some more? Yes, let's do the rest. Okay, now what I have here is that burlap ribbon. And I want to go across here as the lawn, but I think I'm going to try, if I can, let me move this jug. I'm going to try to fray some of that. See if we can't get that couple pieces off of there. I'm going to do it over the trash can. So I've just grabbed that piece and we're going to try to... Okay, let's do one more, maybe two. It looked like it was just mowed. Two. How about one more? I think three will work. Grab a hold of it. Like I said, I'm doing this over the trash. I don't want a bunch on the picture itself. If I can get that side started. Okay. Here we go. There we go. That's going to look better, won't it? You just come right up about there. So I'm just going to slither, how would you say that? Glue all the way down here. I'm going to go over the tree a little bit. So give it some dimension, won't it? This is pretty much a new experience for me doing something like this. But if you take all the steps one at a time, there's really nothing difficult about it. Just time consuming. That's all. How much do I need? About here. Just a little time consuming. That's all. I could have used a bigger brush, but and I sure hope I'm recording. I better check, hey? Let's see. Oh, we are. We're good. We're in good shape now. Maybe down a little further. Okay, let's see what we can do with that. Just trim down the excess. Whoa. I'm going to let the fray pieces just kind of stay. Just do that seam right straight across. Like so. I could do strips, you know, thinner strips with the the fray. Didn't even think about that. That might have made it look a little better. Let me just cut this excess off. We'll trim it down later. Okay, now I have another piece. Let's go for it. Well, I better be sure we're going to get it to stick. Just right there. Need a tissue. Okay, let's just get that down as good as we can, especially the edges. See, more glue. I thought about E6000 for this part. Maybe I should have, but just need to really glob it on there, I think. Go around the edges just to be sure, right in there. Oh, I think we're fine. Okay. I have another piece. Ooh, wouldn't that be pretty for leaves? You could cut leaves out with that. That'd be really pretty. Let's do another 3. 1, 2, 3. And fray it again. There's a trash can. Yes, I would suggest thinner strips, and you could have more grass. I think. Okay, there's our 3. And we're just going to do it somewhat like that, because I might need a little extra piece of this. Something just came to mind. Well, let's see what happens. Okay. Just this little edge. Really get it gloopy on the edges. Come across the top a little bit. Over here. Okay, put that there. It's just, I'm going to save part of that extra, so let's just come over here, right to that edge. It'll stick up a little bit. I hope that's straight. Should be. We could also do more strips, but thought for next time. Except I don't do next times very often. I get rather bored, and let me see where I'm at. I get rather bored. I'm not good at repetition. Let's take this off just so we can see a little better. See what we're working with a little better. Oh yes, that's nice. I have a whole roll of this. Of course, I found it at a yard sale, I think. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Give that a good push down. All right, now I'm going to go to the E6000, because we're going to be putting on this resin tree. Now, the way I tried to figure this out is there may be a little hanging piece there, but we're just going to leave that in where it is. And if I figured that out right, I think it was about here, because we have a focal point I haven't shown you. We do have a focal point. Is that going to be straight? So I'm just going to go with this tip. If I go with this tip at the crease, or the middle there of the heart, that should bring this straight down. I did get bubble holes in here. There's a few. Shouldn't make no mind though. Okay. See if that trunk's about 1 inch away. I could come over 1 inch. There I go. Trying to be symmetrical. All right. The one thing I like about the E6000, it's a great glue. It's rubbery though, and if it comes out the sides of your project, you can peel it off. See, look at that's already on the lid. I'll just peel that off. Get rid of that part. All right, here we go. I should put this paper back so I don't ooze it on everything else. I should have sanded this. Darn it, I didn't even think. But I like this mold, although, like I said before, you had to build your own tree with pieces. I thought they'd already have the pieces made to fit, but they don't. I would suggest if you use a lot of this glue, work in a ventilated area or wear a mask. It's a bit strong. And it's going to ooze out, but we're okay. Tips. Okay, get the lid on that because it likes to ooze out. Alright, I'm going to stand up so I can eyeball this. I thought that tree was looking a little crooked, but it's alright. So I thought if we come down here, but I was going to move it over, right? Because I want the trees close to the same distance from the edge, and I got it too far over, but I guess we'll leave it there. That looks pretty straight to me, and there's a bunch because I shifted it. Let's wipe that off for time being. I'd like to tape that down actually, but I'm afraid I'll pull up some paint if I do. Oh! Did I just say that in your ear? Sorry. Oopsie daisies. With a gloss finish, we won't see. That should disappear. Okay, now I have flowers and hearts. Let's start. Some of these broke. Let's get some dimension here. That's going to hang over the edge. I can't do that. Would have fit well there. Fit well there too. I'm not sure about my centerpiece that I made. I should have looked that over a little better. Will that work? Close your eyes a minute. I have to check where my centerpiece is going to go before I lay these down. So you just wait just 1 second, please. Okay, I think I have it figured out. There's some of my flowers. We might add some more, but let's get these greens down. If I can remember, that's exactly where it's going to go. These are clay. Ooh, you're going to ooze out. Let me get a stick. I would have to spread that a little bit. Curved a little. Ooh, it's dripping over here. It's dripping. Let's get some more. On a stick. I had that right there. Right in that rose. Didn't want to cover the entire trunk, but it just happened that way because I don't want the greens to hang over because they're clay and they could, you know, break. I'm going to have to put something on that tape. Let's get this down, and I think I'll put a little tape across that. I'm not experienced with clay. You can see the little cracks in these. But I'll keep playing with it. It is fun, especially if you have these cute little moles, fondant moles. I think I've just left myself enough space. Where did that go? Like that? Or was it like that? No, it was like that. I won't. Should I press that down completely? This one's going to be tricky right here. I'm going to leave that for later, but let's get this one down. Come on, get a hold of it. These were actually from a seaweed kind of mold. Maybe about there. Oops, quit moving it, Billy. Yes, we're going to need tape or more glue. Get the little rose in here. Would I have it this way? Let's just go right like that. Oh, I'm going to have glue all over everything. I better cap this. Pardon my arm in your way. Okay. Let me grab just some painter's tape and try to get these down a little bit. I don't think it's painter's tape. It shouldn't pull up the tape, right? Go over here too. Too short. Tight. Let me pull that down tight. I'll flip this around here for now. I should maybe take a pause and put some weight on that. But no, let's keep going. All right, now this might take some time. The hearts are going to be the leaves of our trees. What do you think of that? Is that silly? Let's just put some down here. I could actually put them close right onto the board and they'll look like they're hanging possibly. It's just fills up some spaces. That's kind of a bad looking heart. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to place and glue. Oh, here's a bigger one. Where should you be? No, I don't think we want the big one. Okay, let's just place some of these down. Turn it over. After all, it is Valentine's, right? There. I did make a lot of these. Yes, we'll just have them at least touching a branch. We want more room. Let's get another one right in here. Maybe not. Maybe that looks funny. Like that. Turn it over. I don't know which side's good. Oh, that's a bad side. Let's flip it. They're the right size though, aren't they? Is that too much? No. I'm going to fill it up. It's in bloom. Love is in the air. See? Just more. I think I can manage one there. I'm not going to glue that one. I have to double check that. This one doesn't have as many. I'm going to put you there like that. I kind of like this one without the hearts. So what we could do is just bring this other one over. And if any will fit in here. That one's we could add more later if we want to. Okay, I'm going to pause you and I'm just going to go ahead and glue these down. Okay, what do you think about that so far? I think that's enough hearts, but there's a blank spot right here. And oops, I'm going to have to do some glue cleanup, I think. I can do that in a minute. Let's get these down. Well, let me get that off of there. That's a glob. I'll get that off. I don't want it to take the paint job. Okay. Let me pull this down for you. This little branch here needs a little something. And I happen to have had a little owl. Look at this guy. I think I did get him in the miniature section at Michael's, but I did repaint his eyes because they looked rather hollow. I didn't touch any other paint up, but I cut the back off of him. Took my Dremel, cut the back off so he can sit flat, and he fits perfect in this tree. Look at this. I love it. I love it. Mr. Hooty Hoot. The wise owl. I have some in my neighborhood. They call it night. Did I get your tail? Okay, so he is gonna, and we will fit on this branch. So he's not touching that one, but I can put a little more glue right on this branch where it's going to touch. Yeah, the other one won't. This one will. So we're adding a little character here. He's sweet. I thought about cutting this little branch he's sitting on down, but I thought, no, that will work out. That will work out great. Okay, now, our focal point. This is so cute, and it took me forever because I had to be very delicate when I was painting. What I have here, you'll love it. Ah, looky here. We have the Bambi and the Thumper, and they're friends. Look at that. I do need to put an eyelash on her. If I remove the paint, I will go ahead and glue those down. Now, these are a fondant glue. Oh, that heart's... I didn't glue that one right. Good. There. That is so cute. I hope you like that. How's that for a... Oh, it looks like a real cartoon picture. The hardest part was the black lines, trying to go around, you know, and making the detail look like a cartoon. Anyway, it's this mold here. And I did get this off of Temu. It's maybe I can't say Bambi and Thumper, but here's the deer and the bunny. But nice mold, and these are clay. So they are our lovebirds in the beautiful park with the beautiful roses and the beautiful hearts blooming. Move that out of the way. And once I had all the pieces done, it was really nothing to get everything in place, but we're not done. I need to put a few more flowers down. I want them straight. I don't know what they're sitting on, what that's supposed to be, but I can take a frayed piece of grass and go across that. Let's get some glue. Whoops, I have glue everywhere. I hope you like this. I want to thank you for watching, and be sure to check out the playlist from Tracy at Mini Scenes GB for this Halloween collaboration and all the artists that are participating. When she gives me the link, I will put this in my description box below, along with everything else I've used. Or what, oop, you don't want over there. Or what we can still possibly find. And once this is dry, let's get the rest of the flowers down. I wanted to have everything down before I showed you the little focal point here, but that's okay. It's a surprise, and it's so cute. I just enjoyed putting this all together for you. So please join me on my journey here with resin and other arts and crafts. And I would love to have you amongst my friends on my channel. So once this is completely dried, I'm going to put some weight on this. I am going to go out into the shop and I'm going to spray it with polyurethane all over. Give it a gloss. I'm going to trim this branch off also. I did go ahead and trim the grass here because I had to see where, you know, these would actually look good and centered. I don't want to break that. It's clay. Billie, don't push too hard. Okay, now we do have a few more pieces we could add in. I don't know, would that look like it's funny growing right there? Or it could go sideways like that. Oh, let's try a little bit of, see if I have a piece long enough. I do. How should we do that? I think we do need a little grass across that. How wide should we go? Maybe I could fold it under and tuck it in. We're just gonna go for this. Just cut a piece. If I can see a rather straight line here. That's the wrong side up. If I cut that straight and that at an angle, it should work. It should work. What I say, straight here. Bit of a, not too much of an angle there. Let's grab these handy dandy tweezers. Let's see how this will look. There's one thread, two threads. Will two be enough? Let's see. That one didn't fray very well. Let's see what we've got. I'm over here picking it. Picking it. This would look so lovely in a little one's bedroom, wouldn't it? Should I go ahead and glue that on? Let me stand up and see what I think about that. Yes, I think so. We're not going to see the bottom ledge, will we? Well, I think, let's get that. It's kind of some goopy phrase there. All right. I can just, if I do it slanted, it does have a slant there. Look at that edge. Do I dare do it? Yes. Yes, we will. Oh, I just moved it, didn't I? No, I didn't. Imagination is getting the best of me. All right. I can do this rather neatly. We're just gonna go across here. Whoops. Down, and across here. This was not my idea. This was Martha's idea. Thank you, Martha. Martha Townsend. She does beautiful beadwork. I'll give her link in my description box. She's become quite a good friend, too. Must say, I kind of enjoy her company when we chat. Yeah, I might have to trim that. Let's let it dry. This one, we need something down here, so these are the same mold, If you turn it backwards, oh, I could do something like that. Oh, I kind of like that. Then I was going to see if this one would fit over here, and it just really does not. Wish it did, or I could trim it. I might be able to sand that down. Put a rose in there, but that's all I have is this one little piece here. That would not look good. So, what shall we do? Just want to use up what I made. I don't care for that, do you? 'Cause I don't like that yellow on that flower. Snap. No. Oh, I could just snap that right there. Where's that big heart? Would that look funny there? Like one fell from the tree? I don't like that either. Well, could go opposites. No, it's not really. That looks funny. Not straight. I like it better like that. And I do like this one like that. If I can think of something different, you'll see it in the end, but I don't know that I will. Just gonna lay those like that. That looks kind of fishy right there. But you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. I think that's gorgeous. I think I will trim this one down. Put it in the side there. I don't know. Shoot. Or trim this one and just put it there. That's a different color red. It went darker. Okay, I'm going to fuss with this. I'm going to glue these down. I'm going to set something not real heavy, but to make sure this is really, really glued. Then I will take it out to the shop and I'll show you the final piece. And I will put some up at the top, the 2 holes. I think I'll just put some jute up here, some jute thread through the holes. And we'll call it done. I'll show you the final pictures. Thank you so much for staying with me. Probably so long on this one, but I hope you enjoyed it. Check out the collaboration. Thank you, Tracy. Everyone, like always, take good care. I'm sending big hugs. Bye.